Journalists and activists in Ukraine breathed a sign of relief after a dramatic televised press briefing on Wednesday. Giselle Bonifacio tells us why.
Journalists and activists celebrated at the Kiev city square on Wednesday after news emerged that the dissident Russian journalist who was reported murdered in Kiev was actually alive.
You know, I am simply shocked. I am in a good shock. I survived such a stress twice within the past 24 hours, and Babchenko will have to give me money for pills.
Ukrainian authorities had said on Tuesday that Arkady Babchenko had been shot dead at his flat and that his wife had found him in a pool of blood. Babchenko is a 41-year-old critic of President Vladimir Putin and of Russia's policy in Ukraine and Syria. But the dissident Russian dramatically reappeared alive on Wednesday in the middle of a televised briefing about his own killing by the Ukrainian State Security Service. An emotional Babchenko said he had been part of a special Ukrainian operation to thwart a Russian attempt on his life and that he was fine. He went on to thank the Ukrainian Security Service, or SBU, for saving his life.
I
am grateful that my life was saved. But what is the most important is that other bigger terrorist acts, more serious terrorist acts were prevented. People have been preparing seriously.
He did not specify what those planned acts were, but the SBU said it had received information about a plot to kill 30 people in Ukraine, including Babchenko, but had managed to prevent it. It said it had detained a Ukrainian citizen recruited by Russia to find someone to kill Babchenko. He was given $40,000 to organize the murder, $30,000 for the killer, and $10,000 for being an intermediary. Ukraine said it was necessary to fake the journalist's death so that the organizers of the plot to kill him would believe they had succeeded.
Для чого це робиться? Для того, щоб дестабілізувати ситуацію.
For what reason is this being done? In order to destabilize the situation in Ukraine, in order to demonstrate inefficiency of authorities, and certainly in order to murder those whom Russia is most afraid of. And I congratulate you sincerely one more time that this operation went successfully, and we did not allow them to fulfill this scenario.
Пройшла успішно, і ми не дали їм реалізувати цей сценарій.
The Russian Foreign Ministry said on Wednesday it was happy Babchenko had turned out to be alive after all, but said Ukraine has used his story as propaganda. Babchenko has lived in the Ukrainian capital since receiving threats at home for saying on Facebook that he did not mourn the victims of a Russian military plane crash which left more than 90 people dead. Giselle Bonifacio, UNTV News and Rescue, Europe.